What's going on, Kings? It's Keefe. In this video, we're going to be going over a huge mistake that you really need to understand because it's going to keep you from becoming high value. This is something that so many guys are making. I've just seen it a lot lately, and so I really want to make sure that you guys are aware of this because I want you guys getting to that top level, being who you were born to be, and not screwing around at the bottom with everybody else. Now, before we get into that, hit the subscribe button and bell icon so you don't miss new videos. This channel is all about helping you level up and become that high value man you were born to be. Now let's get started. All right, guys, so I keep seeing these situations and it's really kind of like perplexing, honestly, because I'm pretty financially responsible. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm fucking Warren Buffett. Like, I'm not rich. I'm building my money, but I do make good financial decisions with the money I've got, and that's why my money continues to increase. My income continues to increase. But I know some guys, and I look at them, I'm like, hold up a minute. Your car payment's $1,000. I just watched you drop $600 on some useless item. You've got brand new AirPods, new shoes, new clothes. I'm like, how are you buying all this shit? Okay, because I know you're not making much money. And yet I see this all over the place from guys. They've got all these crazy stuff, all these fancy items. The car's brand spanking new. They got the house on a plan. They got everything is on some sort of payment plan. And you know, the one thing that's not on a payment plan for these guys is any form of investment or savings. They're living paycheck to paycheck. And this, you cannot be high value like this, guys. You just look like you're being high value. And this blows my mind. This drives me insane to see guys do this because you're just putting yourself in a bad spot. And you know what really irritates me about it is because these same people who buy all this crazy shit and don't save any money, don't invest any money, don't make smart financial decisions, do not think ahead, are the same ones that the moment shit hits the fan, they're looking at the government begging for a little fucking handout, right? And this ain't no political thing, this ain't Republican, Democrat, because I've seen idiots on both sides doing this shit. Just like, what the fuck, guys? And listen, you cannot be high value like this because high value guys actually have that shit and they're not starving to have it. They're not starving to drive the nice Lexus or the G-Wagon or whatever. They're not starving for that shit. They have the money and they buy that out of their abundance, not out of just scarcity and living paycheck to paycheck. You know, 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. The thing about a high value man is he's not validated by all this stuff outside of him to such a degree that he has to put himself in a bad position to have it. There's this ego mentality in a lot of people that makes them think, I have to have X to get Y. Like, I have to have the nice car to be cool and all these kinds of things because they don't actually feel it within themselves. And that's a telltale sign you're not a high value guy. In order to be high value, you have to be it inside. The rest of the shit will start showing up. Otherwise, you can fake it for a little while, but then you end up broke and you're screwed the moment something bad happens. And I'm not here to tell you that there's something wrong with nice cars and watches and all this kind of shit. I love it. Like, trust me, you're gonna watch me flex over time. Like, I'm that guy. I'm like a proud douchebag. I got no problem with it. I'm gonna drop money on shit, but you gotta do it in a smart way. Like, I still drive a car. Like, I could buy a newer car, but I decided to wait and save my money because I don't want to add the payment while I'm trying to invest and get my financial bearings about me and set myself up for a really great future. Think about it this way, guys. It's honestly in some way kind of lazy, and it's also a form of self-doubt when you go ahead and spend money on things that you just simply have to look a certain way, to look cool to other people. I gotta have the nice car. I gotta have these clothes. I gotta have these shoes, whatever. All these things that depreciate in value, these liabilities that you spend your money on, it's a form of laziness because basically you're saying, I'm not willing to put in the work to get to that point where I could actually buy this out of abundance, so I'm just going to do it now because I'm not willing to put in the time. And it's also a way of you showing yourself you don't have confidence in yourself because you're basically telling yourself, I don't have confidence that I could actually go make enough money that I could surplus and I could do this. I could buy this car or these shoes or these clothes or this watch, whatever it is. I don't have enough confidence in myself that I could go get that surplus income and get that while also being smart financially. So rather than be smart financially, I'm just going to go get the stuff right now. Now, there's a study, I've mentioned it before on this channel a long time ago, but it's so important to get clear on this study. This is like so profound. I really want you to understand this. So there was a study done on children where they offered the children, I can't remember if it was candy or marshmallows, but basically they said, you can have one piece of candy right now or in 10 minutes, you can have 2 pieces of candy. They offered this to all the kids. Now, some of the kids were like, fuck it, I want my candy right now. They took their piece of candy. They were happy with it. The other kids, they waited 10 minutes. They got their 2 pieces of candy, okay? Now, what these scientists did in this study, they tracked these children over the development of their lives. And they found that the children that were willing to put off and get the 2 pieces of candy were doing better in like every area of their life. They were doing better financially. They were in better relationships. They were in better health. Like everything was doing better in their lives. Now, why is it? It's because they understood the concept of delayed gratification. And that's what this is all about, guys. And high value men understand delayed gratification. That's how they got to be high value. I actually mentioned this briefly in a video. I talked about traits on high value men. I'll link that up in the cards up here. But guys, it's really important to understand this. So many guys have a lot of potential in life. So many guys are like really cool dudes. Like you'll meet these guys, they've just got the personality that you like these kinds of guys, but they're just making dumb choices. And that's why they're never going to get to their peak potential. They can't delay gratification. They gotta have that new thing right now, and it's going to blow all their money and it's going to be worth nothing because they're not in control of their ego. It's like this desire is just out of control. They're like fappers, right? No fap's teaching you how to have self-control over that urge to fap off. They need to get like on no spending instead of no fap, right? It's ridiculous, guys. And I really want you to like, just don't do this. Remind yourself of this video every time you're thinking about that flex purchase. I want you guys to flex. I want you guys to look good. That's part of being a high value guy, but I want you to do it smartly. And I want you to make sure that you're buying these things out of abundance and you've already paid yourself. I made a video on that as well, talking about how you need to pay yourself before you pay anybody else. And what that means is before you pay any bills, before you pay any taxes, you need to put your money into an investment account or a savings account, okay? Because that's going to make sure that your future is starting to get set up for you before anything else, and that's so important. I want you guys thinking in this mentality. If you do this, you'll naturally get to that 20% part. Right? That they say the 20% of men at the top are the high value men. And you'll also notice that I mentioned 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So really all you got to do is not live fucking paycheck to paycheck. You're already in the top 20% on your income. And the only thing you have to do that is learn to stop with the fucking instant gratification when it comes to your spending and delay that shit and set yourself up. Like this really is not that hard, guys, but if you can do it, you will be a high value man when it comes to your income. And if you can do it in that area, I bet you can do it in the rest of your areas. And if you can't do this, you're never going to get anywhere else because no guy's going to want to do business with you if you have no money to do business with him. And high value men do business together. You're not going to have the opportunities to go do all the stuff with high value guys because you were too busy buying the like little thing to try and show off to your average ass like people in your area, right? You weren't actually doing anything big. You were just trying to look good for the people around you. Instant gratification bullshit. You're not going to have your ducks in a row to actually link with the high value guys. So you're going to stay stuck in that cycle forever. I don't want you guys stuck like that. Guys, if you got something out of this video, give me a like, hit the subscribe button and bell icon so you don't miss new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.